Evening, chaps. How's tricks? So, where were we? Just get it sorted. Oh, going on all sorts of madness here. Yeah, sorted. So, how you doing, Stephen? Over on YouTube, we've got Stephen. We've got Scaly Models Dad. How you doing, buddy? Moose, good evening. How you doing, Moose? And Colin, Festus 67's workshop. How you doing, pal? Good to see you. And Facebook right this minute we have Chris and Warren. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you all. So, where do I start? First things first. I've been too busy to get on with the canopy, but I have done a little bit. I'll show you in a minute. First of all, I just want to say thanks to obviously everyone on Facebook since this lockdown started, and the guys said to me, Fred, can you do your lives again, blah blah blah, and I was doing it all year. Been great fun, and I'm going to carry on once all this is over as well. But I really want to say thanks to Colin at 57 Festa 50 I'll say it right, Colin at Festa 67 workshop on YouTube, because him and his crew, his guys, Moose and Paul and Luke and everyone over there has made YouTube what it is for me, and it's been a great help. So I just want to say thanks to them guys over there. Really appreciated, because obviously November time I just started doing the YouTube again, and it was trying to get my head around it, and they've been a great help and a great support. So thanks very much over on YouTube. Evening, Simon. Good to see you, pal. Evening, Ron, over on Facebook. How you doing, buddy? And we have, is it Pancho? I hate getting names wrong. Pancho, I think it is. Good evening. How are you? Evening, Paul. Good to see you over on YouTube. So, like I say, I really appreciate everybody, but especially the chaps over on YouTube for making it what it is, because you've been a grand help. And I have to apologise to Dad at Scaly Models and Colin Festa, because I completely missed Mondays because I had dinner and then I fell asleep on the sofa. I was laying there like that and I fell asleep. So apologies for not being here on Monday, but I was a bit overfull and done a typical old kind of person's thing and nodded off. Good evening, Will. Good to see you. So let's get the little camera. Oh, we're on the little camera. All good. So I have frantically started doing a little bit more masking on the canopy, and I will get it done, but not today. So back to the old Hurricane. Here's where we're at. The decal solution's settled now, and it's looking fine, looking good indeed. So that was the other day, and they've all settled in and got panel lines nicely and all that carry on. So all good. So today I'm going to get a bit more decals done, some of the tail fin, and we'll get some of the roundels that go on underneath, and the serial code and all that carry on. Oh, jumped up on Facebook there. Ron says, I do believe that you've been promoted to squadron leader. Thanks very much, pal. All good. Good evening, David. Good evening, Scott. Good evening, Ivan. How you doing? And Cameron and Andrew, all over on Facebook. How you doing, fellas? Good to see you all. And who we got over here? YouTube quickly. We've got Sue Ice Queen. Hiya, Sue. How's chicks? And I know Mike and Colin, I didn't mean to miss your show. I just completely, I was ready and my phone was there, but I just nodded off. Full belly, dinner and pud. What can I say? Sat back, feet up, nodded off. And when I woke up, I had a notification and you were gone. Your live was finished. So these things happen, especially at our age. Good evening, Robert. How you doing? So we'll get on with these decals and get some more of this malarkey done, and we shall see how it goes. Again, we're getting there. We're getting to a point where we're nearly there. So we'll get this tail fin ones on first, I think. Yeah, Warren. Yeah, yeah. They're just there, Warren. Can you see them? And there's my finger for size. Look. So I've got a few little stencils to do. But what I'll do is I'll do that. I'll do the little stencils and I'll finish masking the canopy before my next live. Because I won't be live on Thursday. Obviously it's New Year's Eve. And everyone that knows me will know that I'll be watching telly with a little tipple. So I won't be live on Thursday. So my next live will be Sunday after this. So I promise between now and Sunday I shall get them little tiny wonderful stencils done and the canopy mask ready, and then we should be good. Just going to top up my water here. It's just running low a little because it's warm in here. It's minus outside, but as you all know, my hut is like 30 degrees. So we've got Jean-Marc. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah. There's not many little stencils to be fair, but there is a few, so I will get them done. Maybe. At least on this camo you get to see them. Whereas what like Warren was saying over on Facebook, that nothing worse than a black decal on a dark camo because you just don't see them. So we'll get them cut off and we'll get these codes cut off. Ready? So we can get these little ones on. Yeah. So we've got our little P2638 to put on, and the tail coat, the tail flash, whatever you call them, the fin colours. So we'll get them on and all. Now I do have a little holder, so I'm actually going to use it once. For this, someone made me this years ago. Even got a little brushy bit there. All good. So, watching Bridge Too Far on TV, yeah, that's a good film. That I see that New Year's Day on Sony Movies Action. There's a whole load of classic war films on, which is good because I did notice that on other channels you've got, oh, what's it called? I hate the film too. That one where the girl goes running up and gets caught by Patrick Swayze and all that. I see that crap's on, so I'll be on Sony Movies Action for sure. The missus can run and jump. Evening, Kevin. How you doing? And Carlo, good to see you. Yeah, Sony Movies Actions. It repeats all the time though. That's the only issue I have with that. But you watch a film and then it just repeats it all month. It's like, But now I've got to make sure I get this the right way around, because I did notice somebody on Facebook, can't remember who, accidentally put it on the wrong way around. You don't want to be doing that when I'm live. So I'm going to just whip that one in while I'm doing this one. And it goes. Right there, like that. Near enough. Quite a big one, that one. Cotton bud. Oh, see, someone's playing games, Mr. Colin. Show or hide? Show. See, I need to get someone as admin on this YouTube. Carry on. I have to get one of you regulars on YouTube to be an admin, I think. That's the one, Warren. Dirty Dancing. Oh my word. What a load of cobblers. Yeah, I won't be watching that, that's for sure. Good evening, Mark. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, Dirty Dancing. Nah. I'll stick to movies for men, thanks. Oh, sorry, Sony Movies Action. They changed the name. I don't know if it's political correctness or what. But yeah, definitely not going to be watching that program anyway. I'd rather watch an old black and white film. I ain't near enough all my followers can relate to that. There's just no way. The only one that I really did kind of like with Patrick Swayze was it Roundhouse? No, was it? It was where he was a bouncer in a nightclub, in a bar, and you had the old fella that was a bit of a martial art expert, and there was a bad guy who lives across the water, and all that carry on. That was a good film. No, not Ghost. Ghost. Oh my god. Oh, no worries, Colin. Thanks very much. He said, Colin says, thanks for keeping him entertained for a tough period. Bless him. You've done the same for me, Colin. You've got my YouTube flowing lovely, and all your friends have been great with me. And if anyone's to thanks, it's me, pal. You've helped me a lot, more than you realise. Us glue sniffers have got to all stick together. Who else have we got? Is it Jomi and Albilo? How you doing? Good to see ya. Evening, Chris and Phil. Evening, Phil. Over on Facebook. Good to see everybody. Always good to see everybody. That's it. Roundhouse Soup. Brilliant film. I did enjoy that one. It's about the only Patrick Swayze one I like. Yeah, the old fella, sure he got ganged up on, and they found him in the bar in a bad way. No worries, Warren. Take care, pal. Thanks very much. Enjoy your evening and whatever you're up to. Just gonna get this to sit right because it's not quite how I want it. Yes, got it. So I'm just putting some sole on it now, just to get them to melt them on. They always kind of look weird on the towel things, I think. What else am I streaming on, Chris? I stream on YouTube at the same time, pal. So I'm on Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So there's my towel fin there, just waiting for her to settle in on either side. So we'll get them serial code numbers on now. And all be good. Oh, bless you. Simon's had to put up with Christmas films since July. Oh no. Oh no. That's bad. I see that I see quite, like you got the Sony movies, different ones, and then the Christmas one came out like just before Halloween, and I'm like, really? And but we're lucky because in our house we've got a telly upstairs and it connects to the internet, so I go up there when she's watching all that malarkey, and I hide and watch whatever on Amazon or Netflix, and I just sit watching war films or whatever all the way through, and leave her to it down the stairs because can't be doing with the Christmas ones. There is a couple of Christmas ones I do like. There was one with Danny DeVito, and he was having a battle with his neighbour, trying to get all the Christmas lights and do a big light up and see it from space. That was a good one. And of course, Bad Santa with the old bottle of drink. That's always a good one too. They're my kind of favourite kind of Christmas ones. Let's see where this goes. Right, so it goes just under the wing there. Across. Just putting the serial codes on now. All good fun. So it goes just before, and then like that. There we go. P2638. There we go. I don't know if you'll see that. But if you can see that on that side, probably be better to see on the other side. Get the other side on and see if you can see it. How you doing, Annette? Good to see you. How you keeping? Well, I hope. Everybody I say that to, because I mean it. I know everybody's got little things going on that make life difficult. But if we try and stay positive, then it should be good. That's better. You'll see it on this side. The other side's a bit like what Warren said. about the black decal on black or dark camo. It's difficult to see, but you'll see it on it quite nicely, I think. Yeah, I'm good, thanks, Annette. Yeah, not bad. I've still got a bit of a niggle in my back from when I fractured it, but it's just a little niggle. It's absolutely nothing to worry about, and it's just a little reminder to be careful when it's there and watch what you're doing, kind of thing. It's just a little reminder to remind me to be more careful. So you can see it there, look, P blah blah blah. You can't really see the dark camo bit, but it's there. Oh, no worries, Moose. Thanks very much. Hope he's all right. I know that little gone to rest bit because it happened to me Monday. Right, let's get some of these underneath done. We've got our 2 little roundels there. Look, we'll get them on there. We'll get them sorted. I always like doing these bigger ones. Some little stencils that are a pain. I have been doing a few more what's in the box kind of vids. I posted one today with the Canberra or whatever you call it. I have done a what's in the box with the with them starter sets that everybody keeps picking up from Lidl's. Mainly because there's a lot of people that have been picking them up and haven't seen what's in the box and don't know what they're getting into, blah blah blah. So I've done some what's in the box videos that I will post at some point online, and it's just to show people that buy them kits what they're getting really, and things like that. They're only like 2-3 minute vids because there's not much to the kits, but it might help somebody. So, and when I get around to building them, it'll all be good. Yes, definitely, Annette. Stencils are the worst. No worries. Yeah, little tiny in there. Look, all them little blighters have got to go on. So, but I shall get them done before Sunday. Like I say, Thursday's New Year's Eve, so I won't be online then. Purely because I like a little tipple. Evening, Bill. How are you doing? So we're definitely getting there anyway. It's starting to look proper nice now. Starting to look good. I will be matte coating it before I do any weathering. That is another thing that I have to do that you'll see me do. And it completely changes as you're spraying. It's amazing to watch. So it will have a matte coat. And we shall be good. I'm going to just put this other roundel in there. Like I say, I'll put them in upside down when they're big. And then they don't curl so much. I use one of them little trumpeter, the trumpeter decal trays. They're only about £4 or something, and they're well worth it. Especially when you've got tiny stencils and they drop down, you know. Evening, James. How's tricks? Thanks very much, Annette. Yeah, I'm glad you like it. It's looking good. Getting there. So we'll just chuck on one of these here. Someone was asking earlier on Facebook about how I get my decals to set, where you can see I flood this bit with a set. and that gives me a chance for it to slide around and get it into position. So it's, oh, it's right across the center of that line there. So it's just remembering where my decals are so I don't touch nothing. And it goes up. Got another little bumpy bit there again. It sits just before that there. Like that. There, like that. Now a little bump on there. So like this side, I'm gonna have to play around with that a little. Now I've got all that on. Just gonna squeeze out any excess liquid or air. And we're good to go. So it's just that little edge there with that bump. We'll get that. Chuck a bit of sole on there. We'll just let it do its thing for a minute. See, I've soaked it with it. I'm just going to leave that to soften it. Oh, good stuff, Moose. What are you getting from the hobby shop? We've still not had snow, whereas down in England they have, which is kind of strange because it's normally Scotland that gets that first, not England. It's a bit of an odd one. Line this up. Now, happy with that. Soak that with sole now. Wanting that to do its thing. Now, it's going to push down around this bump. Just tease it into place. Softens it nicely so it gets it how I want. I'm just going to rub down on the panel lines there. Just give it a little push. You know, this stuff, it makes it wrinkly, but just don't panic. Let it do its thing. Once it sets and dries properly, it's fine, so don't freak out. So Moose has got, coming from the hobby shop, some stuff for bases and some paints. Nothing major, but when what I need to work on one of my projects. All good stuff, Moose. No harm in that at all. I'll just push that down, so I'll just give it another little lick. And now I'm just going to leave that now. I'm not going to touch it. I'm just going to let it do its thing. So and you can see it's starting to wrinkle there a little, but it won't do it no harm because that's what it does. Once that's dry, you'll see it'll come out super. Secret's not to play with it too much, and I say that every time, and then I end up playing with it a little bit because I want it how I want it. I'm fussy. Now, so one last little brush over, not flooding it, just a gentle brush like that, and we'll leave that. Right, leave that for a minute. Let's see what's what. After that, it's just little tiny stencils, and like I say, I'm not going to mess with them. So, put my little lids back on. Now, we have got, if you remember, the issue with the panels with these injector pin marks and that. So I've got to address that issue. So what I'm going to do is I've got some of the Mr. Hobby dissolving putty. Now pretty much, it's pretty much sprue glue in a bottle, basically. That's what it is. It's a ready-made sprue glue, basically. If you want to know the fancy way of putting it. Sorry, Mr. Hobby, if you're hearing me. But basically, it's just like a sprue glue. It's quite thick and just, but it's good for sanding. And because it's only little ejector pin marks, I'm just going to use a stick and put that in there. Evening, Alan, Stuart, and Edward. So I'm just going to put a little drop of this in where the ejector pin mark hole is. And I'm just going to leave it like a little proud. I would say a cocktail stick, but it's actually a kebab stick I'm using. Just because they were handy. I'm just going to get it how I want it. Like that. I don't know if you're going to see this. I've got two little dollops there, and it's just a little tiny bit above it. Bit like a instrument panel bezel. You know, that little tiny bump round. So what I've done is I've done that, and once that sets, I can sand that down level and get it how I want it. I just find this way is a little bit easier for control and getting it how I want it. So there's two little bumps on there, bit like my first girlfriend. Did I say that? Evening, Andy. How you doing? Albert, good to see you, pal. Hope you're both keeping well. It's really nice to see everybody online especially at the moment, because you know there's nothing else really to do. So there's people I've known for years, and I'm seeing them more regular, which is great. Look, two little bumps down there as well. So once that's dry, we'll give them a little sand, and that should be good. So that's that Mr. Hobby dissolved putty. Sprue glue in a bottle that you pay for. I know you can make it yourself, but I was given the bottle, so may as well use it. Right, we have someone with Snoopy, and I'm sorry, but I can't pronounce that name at all. But good evening, how you doing? And evening, Michael. Good to see you. So we've got them 2 bits done. We've got them decals on. We've got them bits fixed. I'm trying to think what else we've actually got left to do on this. We've got the canopy to finish. And we're nearly about there. We've got a couple of little bits, but they're clear parts, and there's a couple of bits that I'll snap off while I'm working on it, so I don't put on till the very end. We do have the gun sight to do, which we could do, I suppose. Now there is a little thing that I do with them things, and I find it. It's a little blighter. Right, so it's not that. I don't even think that's the. I don't think that's even the sprue for that. Nope. Helps if I get the right sprue. I thought there was stuff missing on that one. Right, gun sight. Black and clear. Now the fun bit with these things. I can get it on my clamp without it pinging. Yeah. And my little gun sight there. Now now then, my little gun sight there, what I do like to do is be a little fancy with it. Now, if I've got a circle, I don't know if I've got a circle small enough. I don't think I have. Oh, I might have. Might be able to use the serial number off of this masking set. This is an old one that I used on a Whitworth Whitley. If I remember rightly, should have a little tiny circle there. Yep. So this is an old used when I done a Whitworth Whitley. You know how you have the number stamped on the side? So what I've done is I've nicked the little circle out of the number. It was nothing to do with the actual model. It was the code number for the. It's the code number for the actual mask set. I've nicked the circle out of the centre. And now I'm going to get really fancy with this, because You can see that. You might not. You might not see this, but you see my gun sight there. Oh, I put a mask on there, and it'll give me a little outer rim. Yeah. So it's gave me like a little edge around the gun sight edge, because obviously it wasn't pure glass, you know, it had a little rim around the edge. So my theory is, if I put that on and then mask behind it, I'll find a square bit, I put that on and mask behind it, in theory, oh, I've got another one there, I'll use that. The theory is, and I've done this before a long time ago and it worked a treat. When I spray it, it will give me a gun sight out of frame, which would be cool. Right, so I'm going to spray that now. Spray that black. Evening, Edward. How are you? Right, I'm just going to spray that black and you'll see what I mean. It will leave a ring. Now, I normally only do this on 1/24 scale, but it seems like it's going to work on this, so it's all good. Just going to use my little sticky stick to hold it in place like that. And you know how small that gun sight is. None of you are that naive. Turn that down a bit. Overspray. Evening, Antonio. Evening, Robert. Right, I'm just going to leave that for a minute. We'll give it a minute and then I'll remove the mask and we should have a little black rim going around the edge of the gun sight bezel, you know. That's the theory. Like I say, I normally do it on 1/24. I don't normally do it on a 1/48. But if you've got a little mask there and it's the right size, why not? Now it will be one that I'll have to show you with a photo, because I don't think you'll see it on the live cameras. Now someone said to me about spray booths. Two things with me with a spray booth and masks. One, I can't speak to you. And two, you can see there is no overspray on my napkin. I have sprayed exactly where I want it and that's it. So there's none of this air contaminant for me to breathe in and all that kind of stuff. It's pure control. So there's no smell. There is no particles jumping up or anything like that. It's exactly where I want it and that's it. Because I work on such low pressures, I'm not making excuses. You know, you should wear a mask, but once you get the hang of using it, Alclads, it's no different to any other paint. Yes, that's happened to me a few times, Moose. I've gone like that and the little thing's gone kadink with the air pressure. But because I work at such low pressure, it doesn't actually blow off the stick, which is quite cool. I when I'm doing a delicate little piece like that, I'm about 6 psi, 5 psi. It's literally no more than you're breathing. But that's with a 0.3 needle, I might add. Evening, Ross. How you doing? So I work at very low pressures. With a 0.3 needle, you know, the mil spec colours I spray at about 8 psi. The metal finishes I'm down to about 5, sometimes even 4 psi, and the candy colours the same, about 4 psi. So I work at really low pressures. I actually enjoy working like that as well. So I'm just going to get this mask off and we'll see if you can see what I've done. There's one side. I'll get that back end off. I can't see the thing. Can't even see the mask to get it off. There you go. That is fantastic. I don't know how well you're going to see this. But can you see that? There. You can just, it's got like a black edge all the way around, just microscopic. And then the clear bit where it's all shiny there. And that is my gun sight with a little black rim around the edge of it, what supports the glass bit, you know, the glass bit, and then around the edge. Now, like I say, I normally do that on 124. I don't normally do it on 148, but that's come out really well. I mean, the dot is tiny, you know, it's so that's come out really well. I'm really pleased with that. I'll get a photo of that once it's on, and you'll see how small it is and what it looks like, and you'll get what I'm saying. But that's madness. But that's what I'm all about. I love all that crazy malarkey. Good stuff, Mace. What's it you got? The metal finishes. Metal finishes are lovely. I love them. I like all the Alclad stuff. So all good. Who we got on now? Is it Christos? Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but how you doing, pal? I can't see properly with my eyesight. Magnifying glass to my phone, look. Christos, I think that is, yeah. All good. And Alberto, how you doing? You might even see that better on a white paper, look. There you go. You can't really see it, but I'll take a photo for sure. It's so small. What I'll do is I'll leave it on a napkin and I'll take a photo. Yeah. I mean, you're better off with a vent. I'm very lucky in here. I've got vents all over the place. Believe me, that's why it gets so cold in here. But I've got the wood burner on because the vents in here lets everything out. So the heat just comes in and pushes all the fumes out. It's great. But you posted a pic. Good stuff. I'll have to look for that, Moose. I want to see that. Tiny goggles with a thing. I love doing all that kind of craziness, and with an airbrush as well. It's just like proper madness. It's kind of loopy loos kind of stuff, you know. Why would you want to do that? But there you go. Um, good stuff. Yeah. Yeah. I just love playing with an airbrush and doing that. I don't I don't care about cleaning out the airbrush and all that carry on. Uh, all good fun. So what was I gonna do? I was gonna do something and it weren't taking the photo because I'll do that after. Can't remember what I was gonna do now. Um, oh yeah, I was gonna check under here, wasn't I? Oh yeah, they've come out great. Yep, they've come out super. They've sunk right in nicely. No bubbles. Line goes straight through the middle of them. Just how I wanted it. So, and no wrinkles. So all good. All good in the hood. I'll try and get a photo later. I keep saying that, but I will. I'll get a photo of them decals underneath and my little gun sight that I like playing with. So, so that's the gun sight. We've got clear parts on the wings. They go last. After the matte coat, I've got the plastic putty, whatever it is, dissolved putty filler in my gun bay panels, sorting that out. I've got my canopy started, masking it and getting there with that slowly. So we'll get that finished. Yeah, well, I bet. Oh yeah, I've got my little pilot to do an eye as well. Otherwise Vamp will be on my case. My little chappy, where is he? There he is. My little fella. I've still got his goggles to do. Cheers, Moose. You reminded me. What colour though? I'll do them black, I think. I'll give his little goggles a paint since Moose is reminded me about goggles. Now I did have a screwdriver, but the missus has nicked it. I know she has because it was for summer Christmas and she needed it. Yeah. I just need this tiny bit that's on here as well. Ooh. Now I am rubbish at figures, but you're hardly going to see the little fella when it's done. So now you Warhammer guys would just laugh because you nutters that do the Warhammer are just amazing at the little detailing. I've just gone and painted his brown bit of his goggle black by mistake. We'll get that sorted. I'm absolutely useless at these things. Give me a winged aeroplane anytime. Yeah, nearly done. Won't be up to Moose's standards, but it's done. Got it. Screen wash, that's what I want. An old blue car screen wash. And something else I was going to do there. That's right, it was that round or blue, wasn't it? Just going to touch up his arm there where I knocked it off before. For those of you who don't know, I broke the poor little chappie's arm off, I don't know, about 3 times since I started him. There you go. Poor fella's a bit of a battering. Oh, definitely, Colin. What are you on about? Like on YouTube or on in real life? I'm at Telford when the show's on. So there's my little fella there. He's got his little hat on here. Look, he's got his little goggles on. You can't really see him very well there, but he's got his little goggles on in there. So I just got really his harness and that to do next, and then give him a little black wash just to grubby him up a little. I'll leave him sitting there next to the gun sight, and then you'll see, because you all know how small these figures are. So I'll leave it next to the gun sight. You'll see him, and you can laugh at him while you're seeing the gun sight. As you see, all good fun. Where's that the time? My God, what's see, when you're having fun and chatting away and just whatever, you know, it's time flies by. So we've done not bad. We've got our code numbers on. We've got our tail fins on. We've got our underneath roundels on. We've got our gun sight done. We've got the little chappie's goggles done. And we've got our little sprue glue, whatever it is, filler going on in them panels there to sort them out. So then we can do that. So all good. Wonderful. Let's go back to the bigger camera. Now. So, oh, my back, man. Killer on the back though, by the way. It's the seat doesn't go up and down. I was given the chair. It's an old one. I recovered it. It does the job, but it's a little uncomfortable to say the least. And I have to keep lifting it up, and slowly I go down like that, and I go up again. All good fun though. So that's us. All good. Let's see better there. Like I say, I appreciate everyone's support this year. It's been great, and roll on next year. Obviously, hopefully at some point the model shows will come back on, and hopefully the air shows will be back, and I'll do my normal air shows and model shows and all that carry on. It's not looking promising at the minute, but you know, this Telford's a long way off, so worst comes to worst, I've got Telford to look forward to at least. So thanks everyone for your support. Good great to see everyone, of course, and chatting away. You know where I am. You know how to contact me on social media. You're more than welcome to contact, message, chat, whatever. If you're bored at your bench, just give me a shout, and if I'm in my hut, I'll do a web chat with you. Do you know what I mean? I love all that kind of thing. So you know, quite often I get guys, are you in your hut? I say yeah, and we'll do a private vid chat, just chill out at each other's benches. Do you know what I mean? So you're more than welcome to do all that. Thanks very much, Annette. It's really good to see you. Um, so yeah, you know where I am, social media anyway. And if you don't, look at the links below the YouTube vid, and there's links there. I'll get these photos done and posted online, and that's it for me. I won't be here on Thursday, like I said, because New Year's Eve, so I'll be having a little tipple. So next one for me is Sunday at 7 p.m. So take care, everyone. Yeah, really good to see you all, and I shall see you Sunday. Yeah, Sunday. Take care for now. Bye bye.